What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Bonus Points episode E3 2017. I'm your host for today, Roger Picorni, also known as @RudgeFormer on the internet, and I'm joined with Caleb Scythomal at Caleb_talks on the internet. I'm dead. My voice is gone. A shot for the most part. I think that's the best way to describe it.
That's fair.
Yeah, it is very fair. But yeah, this is Bonus Points, and before we start anything, because we need to be as good as OK Beast, we're playing the intro. So Caleb, shush. So I don't know if any of no, the audio did play. Good. So that was a great intro, right? Wow, it's a mess already. Caleb,
Roger.
what gathers us here today?
EA. The EA boys with their fancy suits and their sports.
And their sports is the biggest part. You know what I mean? Like that's what we're here to see. We're here to see the sports. And Caleb, what are we gonna get out of the sports? Because you're the sport boy.
Yeah, legitimately, I'm a big fan of Madden. This year they teased we've already seen the first new Madden trailer. And at the end they sort of teased a sort of story mode similar to what they did with FIFA last year.
Alex Hunter in the building.
Exactly. So we'll probably see that in full force. They'll probably show FIFA. Especially because that's their biggest franchise and coming out the soonest. Mm-hmm. We might see the return of some basketball, but I doubt it, especially at this time of year.
Didn't they already
hopefully
another NBA Live?
They might have.
Yeah,
I wouldn't show it right now though, just because the basketball season's almost over.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
show
NBA
anything.
Live is a 18.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully they don't spend too much time on that stuff. Even though I'm a big Madden fan, it's boring. I don't care for most of it. The games are pretty much the same every year. So.
Wait, why wouldn't you show any of it? Because the basketball season is ending. Wouldn't you show it now because like everyone's looking at basketball?
Everyone's hyped. Well. Kinda. They usually show their sports games
on the off seasons.
Yeah, like 2 months before they come out, 3 months. Mm-hmm. Madden's a bit different because E3 is where it is, so they show it like 4 or 5 months before. Mm-hmm. But it just feels weird to get people hyped for something, and then not be able to buy a NBA Live for last season, or one for the coming season. It just feels weird to time it like that, because I feel like at that point you're eliminating any of the hype you could get if you show off the game later. Uh-huh. But then the NBA 2K boys have already shown off their cover athletes and stuff like that, so what do I know?
Yeah. Interesting. So, do you think that we're going to get a Battlefront and Battlefield and NBA crossover game this year?
I mean, I think it's a possibility.
Yeah.
They have a lot of studios. DICE has been working on the new Star Wars game, mm-hmm. putting out some Battlefield stuff. Maybe they take those two teams together, combined to release. You know, if they were like, hey, guys, coming out right now. We have the Battlefield 1, Star Wars Battlefront 2 crossover demo live on PSN and Xbox Live right now. I mean,
with NBA in it.
Yeah, and that's the tough part because I mean, we all know their troubled history with NBA as a franchise. I think it could be a big coming out party for them, and it could serve as sort of NBA renaissance.
Exactly, especially if you have blasters in them in Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it could take a new meaning to taking shots. You know what I'm saying?
God, I hate you so much. That was a good one though.
Thank you. I try.
I know you try. I know you try it very, very hard. But no, for real, we're gonna see Battlefront 2.
Lots of it.
Yeah, lots of it. From what we've seen so far, what the trailers have shown. First things first, it's beautiful as we've expected, but
Yeah.
also it has a story mode. It has space battles. It has everything that you've ever wanted from a Battlefront game that first one didn't have. So
Mhm.
I'm very excited for this. I think this is great. It has every single every single era of Star Wars from prequels to
Yeah.
now, which I think is great. So I don't know. I'm very excited about this. I don't know. I assume you were very excited about it. I see the shirt.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I cannot wait. I enjoyed the first Battlefront, but it did feel like it was missing something. And I feel like adding that story mode, adding every era of Star Wars goes a long way to fix that. Especially, and I don't even feel like you need to have like the way that Battlefront 2 and I think the original Battlefront handled it. Like you could play the different eras on the same maps and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like if you just do that, like that could work. I'd like to see more planets though. Battlefront 2 had so many planets.
The original.
Yeah, the original Battlefront 2. And the last Battlefront to come out barely had any, even with the new DLCs. So I'd like to see just give us more maps.
Yeah.
That's the big thing for me. They've done everything right. Nice campaign, written by some great boys. I like all three eras and everything, but I'd love to see more planets.
See, for me, my big thing, I think that would be great, is that if they pushed it to like 65 plus the 65 or whatever maps, but also you go into space with it. Like I don't know. Like I think that there is that room.
You want the triple decker?
Yeah, I want the triple decker fights. Like I think that is something that they could totally like. They've kind of teased it, but I don't know if that's really gonna happen. Have they said
Yeah.
it? I don't know. Like I don't think so.
I don't know if they've said anything about that. With the original Battlefront 3, that was supposed to happen. That was the big goal, to have your ground fights, your in-atmosphere fights, and then your space fights. And then we got they had the PSP series of games where they had like Battlefront 2, like just like Battlefront 2 was, but then they also had like the weird
Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, and we got 2 or 3 of those games, and the last one actually pulled it off.
Yeah.
And you had the ground battles, the in-atmosphere battles, and the space battles. So it's definitely possible. It'd be interesting to see how you could do that with like I want to know how many people you need in that map, in that space, to make the battles feel engaging, like to have there be something at all times.
I would honestly think like 100. I think 100 versus 100 people. You know what I mean? Like I think that's what you need.
Yeah, I don't know. Because the maps themselves are really large.
Yeah.
And then you just bring it all together in space and an atmosphere like that's crazy.
I think the way that they would have to do that is to actually make the objective matter, and if you guys are not fighting in space, you're gonna lose the game. The game's gonna end in like 10 minutes. Like
yeah.
I think that's the way that they're gonna have to do it if they want to do it 64 or v64 or whatever. I think it's 64, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what the way they're gonna have to do it. Like really just players, and no one does objective, but at least show like, hey, if you don't do this, it's gonna end like really short, and you don't want the game to be 10 minutes long. So yeah, I think that's what they're gonna have to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say that yeah, you have to, if you have those 3 layers, you have to find a way to make them all interesting and have them all cater to a certain type of audience. You don't want everybody just stay on the ground or everybody just stay in space and then there's nothing really going on another layer. But I think the objectives are a great way to fix that.
Yeah, I think that's what they're probably gonna have to do. And another game that they're gonna have to show. Do you think we're gonna see anything from another Battlefield? Probably not, right?
No, definitely not. We might get some DLC. Because I think they've only released 1 DLC pack, if I'm correct.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Now, 1 or 2.
You said Skate 4.
I did. I don't think so. it was one of my predictions. I don't think we're seeing it. EA is weird because they like to announce their stuff in shareholder meetings.
Yeah, because they're corporate.
Oftentimes. Yeah, and so you get the like, oh yeah, we have a new Battlefront coming out within the fiscal year or whatever.
Yeah.
You get that oftentimes, and we haven't really heard any of that from about Skate, and it just feels unlike EA to come out and say, hey, we have a new Skate game. What's up, guys? I feel like they might say like, hey, we have this small team over here in Vancouver. They're working on a new Skate game. Here's some concept art.
Yeah.
Here's a very early on development video or whatever.
I hate that they did that. I hate
that. That's their new trend. Do you think we'll see anything from the weird Criterion game with the like paragliders and like the exports kind of thing? Like, I don't know.
You brought that up like a year ago, and I still didn't know what the hell you're talking about. I was like, I had no idea.
They showed off some kind of like exports, like they had paragliding, like mountain bikes, and like ATVs and stuff like that. And they showed really early on footage of it, but I haven't seen anything from it. It's probably canceled by now.
For sure. I mean, listen, we have the game that killed it all, Steep, which is really just that's what that is. You know what I mean? Steep is the GOAT.
Wasn't that Ubisoft boys?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
They had to hint.
Oh yeah, they finished. Steep's the best thing to happen.
Yeah, for sure. They had to cancel Splinter Cell actually because of it. Steep was so good.
Yeah.
That's what I heard at least. That was the rumor. But besides that, I think that. Do you think what else are we gonna say today? Do you think there's any? I think we might see. I think they might do another one of those indie games they always try to do. Like, hey, look, we also do indie stuff. You don't really do indie stuff, but we'll see.
Yeah. I don't know how well the last game worked out for them. I don't think it was that much of a.
I think Unravel did pretty decently.
That wasn't them. Theirs was the purple and black, like the little like dragon thing that was jumping around.
No, but they did Unravel too.
No, that was Ubisoft.
Am I crazy? Yeah, really? No,
it might be EA. It might be EA. Because I think it's on EA All Access.
Yeah, I don't know what you're.
I think Unravel did well. We might see another. I think we could see another Unravel.
Yeah, I think that Unravel was so cute because of that guy. He was just out there shaking and everything.
He's just trying to have a good. Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to get fucked, man. He was just having a good time, man.
Yeah, you know. He's going backstage with the minions. Like.
Yeah, no, for sure. And now we're not gonna see. I think the biggest part, we're not gonna see Peter Moore today.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
That's sad. You know, we're not gonna see Peter Moore and his antics and his obsession with these random sports teams because now he's working with a random sports team.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what. Actually, I'm not really excited. I gotta be honest here. That was a lie. I'm not really excited for this. I don't really care. I just hope we see something nice. I mean, if we see a Skate, like that'd be awesome. If we see these cool games.
Well, what about Amy Hennig's Star Wars game? Like, I think we're gonna see a lot of that.
I'm excited for that, but that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? Like, it's.
Yeah.
I don't think EA is a very impressive company sometimes in terms of these announcements and things that they do.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they have something like crazy out of the box like what they're gonna do, like I don't think anything's gonna really get me jazzed up. We'll see though. I don't know. I think the pacing sucks with their conferences. Their pacing is like terrible. Like they don't understand how to pace a conference, especially with 30 minutes of freaking sports and then just like a minute of whatever we want to see.
Yeah, because they say, "Hey guys, here's sports ball for like 30 minutes," and then they have in the corner it's like Star Wars Battlefront coming up in 45 minutes. Oh,
great! Now I have to watch 45 minutes of Star Wars Battlefront.
Really appreciate that. Yeah. We might see some cool Old Republic like cinematic trailer. Ooh. Even though nobody people play that game, but even though we don't play that game, the trailers are cool.
There was that rumor that we're gonna see another KOTOR.
I would die. I would die
too. I've never played KOTOR, but I want to play KOTOR.
The original.
I tried so hard because I won it through something I forget. And I was trying.
Oh yeah, Photoshop content.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. And I tried to fix it so I can make 1080p on my computer, and it keeps on crashing now. So. We'll see. But that would be awesome. That would be a surprise that kills everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's I think we'll see Dragon Age.
That would be lit. That would be good. I think that's a good one.
I think it's only gonna be like concept art and stuff. Like I'm pretty confident that we'll see like Dragon Age. Hey, we have a team working on Dragon Age. Maybe a title, probably not. With some cool concept art.
I don't think so. I feel like last year they really fixed that. I mean, they didn't do much concept art bullshit.
They did the Star Wars, the stinking Star Wars. Look, we have all these teams working on Star Wars.
That was different. I feel like that was different just because they needed. They needed to get that out there. Hey, look, we're working on Star Wars. We're just not ready to show it right now. I'm sorry. Like, I think they're done with that stuff. So I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I think that if they're gonna show something, they're gonna show something.
Do you think we see any of Respawn's Star Wars game?
No shit, they are working on a Star Wars game. No, we don't.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
I think we were only going to see Amy Hennings. God, we have so many people working on Star Wars games.
Yeah.
Respawn, Motive, DICE. Is BioWare working on one?
Well, I mean, you have the BioWare team that's working on the MMO, but besides that. Instead of Dragon Age, there might be the other. I don't know how many teams BioWare has. They just got done with Mass Effect. I don't know how they splinter their teams. But the Dragon Age team or whatever might be working on a Star Wars game.
Okay,
that'd be super huge, but I don't know.
That would be. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, should be an interesting show.
I mean, we're 4 minutes out. Is there anything last things? Yeah, I know. Thank God.
Do you think we'll see any minions?
No, we won't see any minions. But Despicable Me 3, we might see minions. We might see minions.
Dude, if they're minions, I'm getting hyped. Okay?
Yo, we getting hyped. We getting hyped about some minions today.
I try to get hyped with some minions. Okay.
Dude, this is gonna be the year of the minion because we have Rabbids 2 coming out, and Rabbids are basically minions. So
I mean, basically, we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
That's a minion. Groot's a minion.
Groot's a minion.
Groot's a confirmed minion by Nick Robinson.
James Gunn.
So.
Yeah, and
James Gunn said that?
Yeah, James Gunn was canonically Groot's actually a minion.
Wow.
There's a post-credit scene. You had to stay really long,
like 30 minutes. Yeah.
But I was still sitting there because it was a black screen, but the lights weren't fully on. You know. Yeah. And then at the end, it was like James Gunn just came into view, and he's like, "Hey guys, I have a really special announcement for you. Groot's actually a minion."
Wow.
And it's really big for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as you know.
So that means that canonically, like, minions are in the universe. Like, the Collector might have some minions in there.
I mean, you never know.
They might have gotten out. So maybe we might see a Minions crossover. Dude, Despicable Me 3 is going to be crazy.
Dude, Despicable Me 3 is going to be lit.
Dude,
okay.
I know they're hiding something. You know what I mean? I think they're hiding something. I think it's some minions. I think it's some like Marvel stuff going on behind the scenes.
I definitely think so.
Oh my God!
It's a bonus points exclusive here.
That's a bonus points. It's a boner points exclusive.
That it is, Roger. That it is.
God, do you think that do you think the minions have sex?
I don't know if we need to get into that. I mean,
Do you think they're allowed to?
Aren't they all male to a certain extent?
No, don't assume that. Come on.
Just putting that out there.
No, but some of them dress up as female. Maybe they don't have the gender.
I think they just that's fair. That's fair.
I think they don't prescribe to our very binary look at the gender.
Yeah.
They're on a spectrum, and
exactly
like everyone is, and I just feel like, I think they have sex.
I think the Minions movie might have explored
the sexuality of Minions.
That and also how Minions come to be in this world. The Minion origin story, as it were.
Well, I don't care about that. I just care if they have sex.
Oh, okay.
Caleb, I'm not proud of this.
No, you are.
I mean, I am.
You are. You are.
I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. You're right. The show's gonna start in a minute, so we're just gonna end this right now. We love you all.
Thank you, everybody.
We'll be back, right immediately. As soon as it finishes, we will be pressing that button. I don't know if Caleb wants to. I'm probably gonna go make things, and we'll come back like 10 minutes before it ends. But yeah, we'll be back right as soon as it ends to talk about things more. Starting right now. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.